following our proceedings through the World Wide Web. Next week, our video service will be providing a networked screening of an Oscar-style award ceremony for Ceredigion in primary schools, and it is often out providing a similar service elsewhere. Later this year, some of our proceedings in the last ceremony today may be broadcast by the BBC as part of the documentary series An Island Parish, since one of the people being followed in that series will today be admitted as a Doctor of Philosophy. Janus, the Roman god who gave his name to the month of January, looked simultaneously both backwards and forwards. Graduation ceremonies are occasions on which, like Janus, we should look both backwards and forwards. Lampeter, of course, can look further backwards than any other university in Wales. The project to start this institution began more than 200 years ago, and it's over 180 years since the first students began their studies. For our students graduating today, the period of reflection may be a little shorter than 180 years. Some are graduating after just 1 year of postgraduate study. Others, following part-time and distance learning programs, may have taken 10 years to complete their studies. Amongst those graduating today are the first graduate from our body program, our first MBA graduates, and it's perhaps a particularly significant occasion in that it is, I believe, 100 years since business teaching was first introduced in the United States, so it's quite a significant occasion that we celebrate our first MBA graduates this year. We also welcome students who began their studies here with our accolade-winning summer university or our foundation studies program, and we have a significant number of high achievers, including both a substantial proportion of students from our media production course who have obtained first-class honours. They're in the second group of graduates to complete this course, and a very high proportion of first-class honours students in history, one of whom studied through one of our partnerships with further education colleges in Wales. For all of you, our graduating students, we celebrate your achievement. It's the result of hard work, commitment, and not infrequently, a substantial measure of hardship with other opportunities forgone. We're proud of you, and you have every right to be proud of yourselves. At our last ceremony, we welcomed as an honorary fellow Menna Richards, who is the controller for BBC Wales and is responsible for, amongst others, the regeneration of Doctor Who. There is an analogy between the university and Doctor Who in that I think Lampeter, the town, and particularly the university, is a little bit like the TARDIS. It may look small from the outside, but you see, when you look inside, that there is much more than you could ever expect. Lampeter was the first institution in Wales to have a professor of Welsh. Although it's tucked away in the heart of Wales, it has a global profile. The Chinese government has recognised us through establishing the first Confucius Institute here in Wales. We recruit a higher proportion of students from North America than most other universities in the UK. Only last week we hosted a major conference on Islamic studies for Malaysian students studying in the UK, with over 100 delegates attending. Through our partnerships, we offer education to students in London, particularly appropriate in today's ceremony because we welcome many of them here, Ireland, Italy and Africa. Through distance learning programs, we reach students across the world in places as far apart as Spain and Patagonia. We offer programs in traditional subjects, but also in more modern areas as well. And our students have the opportunity to learn practical skills in areas such as creative writing or multimedia production. Industry organisations and employers attending a showcase of our students' multimedia work just about a month ago said that the students were producing exactly what the marketplace was looking for. This is a place where research genuinely informs teaching. Unlike some of the research-led universities in the big cities, we expect our research stars to be engaged in teaching. We also have a growing portfolio of contract research, and we can offer expert services in dendrochronology. I have to practice that word, it's quite a long word. It's counting tree rings, human bone analysis, pollen analysis, and much more. Because we're small, we have a remarkable sense of community, and the relationship between students and our staff at all levels is much closer than you will find almost anywhere else in the higher education world. within the resources available to us, we provide a high level of support for our students. The characteristics which I've just described are recognised by Push.co.uk ranking us top in the UK for students in the first year that that company, which calls itself the Ruthlessly Independent Guide to Universities, has published a league table. The achievements of our graduands today are the result of a joint enterprise. The main contribution is that of you, our graduands yourselves. Education is a process in which you cannot be a passive recipient. You can only get out what you yourself put in.
Santiago Echeverri Restrepo. Sarit Fernando. Diogo de Figueira. Brian Kagashela Carapola. Zero Caballero. Mauro Sergio Lucchini. Nasheni Nona Nukumo.